Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another video of the 100 Days to CLAT series. This is day 34 away from the CLAT exam, and through this series we are trying to create an accountability system wherein I would be sharing the tasks I have done for every day, and also I would be discussing all the strategies and mistakes and observations which I have made in the past few days and things which I am going to follow for the next 34 days. In this video I will also be discussing how was the mock 42 of legal edge, what shall be the ideal score of it, and what are my thoughts on that basically. And I also happen to have a small telegram channel, you guys can join that and ask any queries over there. So these were the tasks which I have set for myself for the day. Mock 2 hours, and I also had a really bad experience with the mock. I'll also discuss that in a bit. Then I gave a small GK test 30 minutes, CLAT post 1 hour 15, PDF 45. Again, this day was a disappointment, except my mock score. Everything was just a disappointment because I decided to do a lot of GK and I just spent a lot of time wasting on my phone rather than studying. This is the small observation or the thing which I am going to follow for the next week is I am planning to give a few A-lit mocks, not A-lit mocks, it is basically PYQs of it, and then analysis of all the previous mocks which I have given so far, and then I would refer to GMAT Club. I have heard a lot of things about GMAT Club, so let me try that and see how the questions are over there. And legal age classes of CLAT Enhance, I will also do that, and maybe I'll give some sectional tests from the RSMs or something. So this is basically which I'm going to do, things which I'm going to do for the next week. The mock test, what happened was I arrived at the center at 2:02 or something, and that center was so full. It was so full, from start to end. People were sitting literally in the cabins of the lecturers, the head person, whoever she is. She also has the office over there, and uske cabin mein bhi people were sitting and writing mocks. It was that full. There were around 75 plus people around just in that small center, and I didn't have a lot of space. They neither had a lot of mock tests, so I asked them just print a mock for me and give it, and he did not. So I said I will give it on the laptop, and then laptop में login नहीं हो रहा था. And that sir, there was one sir who was rage baiting me a lot. I was about to crash out on him, but I just kept my calm. And then luckily they found one question paper. He gave it to me, and then I wrote that. And luckily, another thing which I was lucky was this mock test wasn't very lengthy. It was very short, crisp, clear सा था, very direct सा था. So इसीलिए it didn't take a lot of time for me. So now let us discuss what were the sectionals like. I would discuss section by section. English section, I would say maybe I would have scored more. एक थोड़े गलतियाँ हुए हैं which I shouldn't have done, and one of them was the, what was it, figure of speeches. I have been getting figure of speeches wrong quite a lot of times recently, so maybe that is the thing which I'll be working on. Overall, this was easy section and a rather high scoring section. Maybe the first paragraph was a bit difficult. Maybe the passages might have been a bit difficult, but the questions were very simple. You could just eliminate the options and get to the answers. Then we have GK. Ab GK mein I have a lot of mixed opinion on this, because at the time when I was giving this, I did not realize whether it was easy or hard. I just got a lot of questions attempted, so it felt very easy for me. Initially, it felt very easy for me until and unless I saw the answer key of it. And then I analyzed a lot of questions of GK and I realized a lot of things were just out of the compendiums. कहीं से ही पूछ लिए हैं वो लोग. And a lot of people might have not scored that high in GK. So overall, I made a lot of attempts and my tukkas, which I say, has worked out in my favor this time. So I've scored good enough in my this GK section also. And many people were saying that the topics which are included in this are just not relevant, But let me be really clear, the topics which were included were very relevant and are very important. Many people said ki the environment wala passage was not relevant. It is relevant from the perspective of CLAT. And then comes legal. Legal again was an easy section overall. It was the passages were very short. There weren't a lot of difficulties in any question or passages, I would say, and it was overall a high scoring section. There were like simple inference based questions also, जहाँ पर you could directly answer it even without reading the passages. So on and all, legal, thumbs up, very easy. Could have scored a lot in legal. Then the next section, logical reasoning. अब logical reasoning section maybe I have a bit of mixed reviews. The first two CR sets were very easy. A lot of people might have scored a full on full. मेरे उतने नहीं आए. And then the analytical reasoning sets, there were two sets. So the first set was easy, the second one being difficult. So I did the easy set at the end and I did the difficult set in the beginning because I have practiced a lot of analytical reasoning questions in the past through the SSC CGL video. I was able to sail through even the second set. It was tricky, but luckily I've got it without a lot of hassle because मेरे से just I have done that type of questions previously, so I was able to sail through it. And I've heard a lot of people have gotten the second set wrong, so but I've got it right. But so that is a good win for me. My analytical reasoning effort has finally paid off maybe. Now comes the final section, QT, which people hate. So quants में the section was moderate. It wasn't easy. If at all, as I discussed earlier in yesterday's video, was it your concept error wala concept? If at all you did not know the Venn diagram वाला आपसे अगर वो नहीं बना, because Venn diagrams में if they are giving 35 plus 45 plus 15 जो है, in this thing is calculated 3 times, this thing is calculated 2 times, this is calculated 1 time. If you did not know this concept, then it is your concept error that has caused you to not score that high in this particular set. So maybe you need to work on that as well. But because of the fact I knew this, और मेरे से easily हो ही गया था ये first वाले में, there were a lot of disturbances when I was doing this quants ka section, but I still happened to get it done. And then the second passage, because I was revising quants concepts recently, I was able to get these questions right because SI questions I have practiced recently. So it wasn't very difficult. Maybe it was a bit time consuming. Quants was a bit time consuming. 20 minutes तक भी लग सकता था. But overall it was doable, I would say. So overall mock test ka review, it was easy to moderate. I would not say it was difficult at all. Maybe the GK section would have been difficult for quite a few people. And if you guys want to know my marks, मैं नहीं बता रहा हूँ because I've gotten a good score which I did not expect it to be. So I would not like to share that. So please do not ask me in the comments कितने आए हैं. So I believe that is it for today's mock. And if you guys have any specific doubt in the mocks, you can also ask that in the tell. Bye.